El Paso, Texas used to be where most cowboy boots were made until the industry started its decline in the mid-80s and early 90s, which pushed many companies to start production in China and Leon, Mexico. The 1970s to the 1980s saw tremendous growth for all the brands located in El Paso, whether they were making boots right there in El Paso or across the river in Juarez. Folks couldn't get enough of the high-quality construction boots coming from brands headquartered in El Paso. Top brands like Justin, Lucchese, and Tony Lama were growing like crazy, and smaller brands like Hondo Boots were doing very well too. Another brand, Stallion, started in the early 80s and succeeded in selling high-end wholesale boots as well. It seemed like there was enough business to go around for everybody. Some of the best boots in the world were coming out of El Paso, and from 1977 to 1981, the most cowboy boots were sold ever. The movie Urban Cowboy was released in 1980, which helped drive cowboy boot sales through the roof. Tony Lama even started building a second cowboy boot factory in El Paso to help meet cowboy boot sale demands. But in 1982, sales dropped drastically. The Western wear stores had their shelves full of cowboy boots, and it seemed like every store was fully stocked. Orders to factory for new boots shrank dramatically. It got so bad that in 1983, Tony Lama finished that second cowboy boot making factory but never opened it because they didn't have enough demand. An entire factory full of boot making equipment that never made a single boot. And so began the downfall of the cowboy boot industry. In the early 90s, Justin Boots was sold to multinational conglomerate holding company Berkshire Hathaway, who would also eventually purchase Tony Lama and Nakona Boots. Hondo closed their factory in Juarez at the end of the 90s and moved production to Leon, Mexico, and tons of brands just went out of business, like Acme Boots, Texas Boots, Sanders Boots, and more. Western stories of romance and myth have always contained elements of boom and bust, and it seemed like the cowboy boot industry was no different.